This is the underside of our Welte Mignon grand piano, and as I turn the corner here, you can see I have the tubing chart. And it's turned the same way. The tail of the piano is over here and the head is up here, just like it sits here. Bass is on this side, and treble is on the upper side. I'm not done with the tubing chart. I have some switches and controls drawn here, but I'm not done transferring the information. And part of the reason is, for example, let's see, this vacuum port, when I took the tubing off of the piano, went directly to the lower screw on the Welte normal soft switch. The upper one, let's find it, let's see, up here, this one came down to a T and went to the vacuum port here. And let's see, the vacuum level in the bass controls. And I don't think this existed. I tried this and then I took it off, and right now I have it off, and I'm not understanding why that might have been. So, little things like that, I'm still working on it. So you can see the pump and the reservoir are positioned like that. The reservoir is very simple bellows with an auto exhauster. The plunger inside pushes on this leaf and opens that if the bellows closes too much. Let me see if I can do it by hand. Don't know if I can. That's an awful stiff spring. No, okay, let's not do that. Then we have three main supplies coming out of this. Is the 1-inch supply from the pump to the auto exhauster or reservoir, and then we have three mains coming out of that. One goes to the roll motor, one goes to the gate or the cutoff. It's a unit right here, hard to get to. So then from the cutoff or the gate, we have a supply to the bass expression and a supply to the treble expression. You can see right here comes from the gate. Goes up there. And from the treble expression into the stack, and from the bass expression into the stack. There's a tube that goes from the gate up here to the, what I'm calling a governor, assuming that's some sort of a governor. And from there, this block then supplies back to the treble expression, to the bass expression, right up here, to the pedal valves. And in that same block, we have a pedal valve. Let's see, oh no, this is the pedal valve quick drop, whatever they called it. They called it a dump. From the pedals, we see a vac supply down that goes through this supply all the way around to the sustain pedal. The soft pedal doesn't get a dump, it just goes directly from the valve. But this big tube goes through this dump up into the valve, and then the valve, the sustain on and off valve controls this dump. It's a little 1-inch square sponge bellows with a very light spring in it. We have one here, we got one there. You can see two here, another one down there, and two right there. Little sponge bellows. In the expression system, you can see there are, let's see, two 2 levels of wood, and the valves are attached to that back in there. And the center of that is what they've tapped off here for a vac supply. And that vac supply tees right here and goes to this treble cutoff, this treble expression cutoff. And also tees down to the, let's see, another fitting here goes to the far side of the same level of the block in the base expression, the second level there. At least that's how I took it apart. It's trying to work, and we're getting there, but I'm having to do a lot of guessing since I've never worked on one of these before. And I can't find a tubing chart. And Craig Brower his schematic is different. There is a governor, and there are expression blocks, and there's a pedal block, but I don't see these guys. And the gate back in there, the cutoff is mounted to the top of the reservoir. So, you know, things are a little bit different, but similar. These appear to be the same type of equipment, only this trunk back here, this piece of wood in my piano is a solid piece of wood, whereas Craig Brower shows equipment, tubing, I mean, coming off of the gate from here, coming off of the gate or the cutoff to the ends of the trunk, meaning the trunk must be hollow, and that must be feeding supply to the expression systems on both ends. This doesn't do that. This goes directly to the gate, then the gate being its own equipment back underneath here and very difficult to get at. Boy, the tubing was just a nightmare back underneath there because it's huge tubing. Very big connectors and tight, short pieces, and then you have to be careful not to knock the fittings off, because these fittings are just put on with little 3/4 inch tiny number 6 or number 8 screws. They're very small. Okay, the tubing to the front. Up here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the 10th one goes down to the gate. Down below there's either 10 or 12, I can't remember. Same thing. There's eight of course from the expression system, and then one from, let's see, right here, right there, this port on the base block, base expression block. There's also one, I believe, oh, this one that goes to the gate cutoff from the base tubing transfer flange up into the rewind pallet on the front controls. Okay, that's enough of a tour of the underside of the piano for now. I wish I understood it better. I wish all the tubing were perfect. It might take me another few days to figure some things out. The stack is very simple. There's nothing here holding it in. The only thing holding the stack in are these 3 screws on each end, and the 16 or so, let's see, 16 or so screws that hold the tubing transfer board here to the primary valves. And then we have to disconnect this tubing, and this unit right here can come off. Right here can come off. And then that whole stack comes out, we'll set it on the table.